Friends, the only thing I didn't like about my Glarry Telecaster, the thin line, were these saddles. And I didn't like the fact that the strings come up and get so close to the screw holes there, particularly on the string down here. It caused a lot of string buzz, and I just don't, these look nice, but I'd rather you didn't have this little angle here as it comes through the hole and has to go around this way, come down and across. I'd rather it go straight across. So I have bought these brass saddles, which were 5-star rated on Amazon, from a company called Long Beach Music in Huntington Beach, California. It took them about a week to get here. But I'm going to try putting these on. Now, these screws look a good bit shorter than these screws here. But then there's a whole lot more brass coming back this way too. So I think they're really going to work. I think they're going to fit. The only thing I'm concerned about is the spacing, whether this plate is too much this direction and does it need to be pulled back up this way? Because I can see the string spacing here. Looks like I've got plenty of space here. I've loosened this one string. These rest of them are still tight. If this ends up, because this string is pulled back in this direction to go across that hole right there, you see where it's going. By putting it in the middle, is that going to make the string almost go off the edge? Is it going to make it go like this down here rather than across the fret? So we're going to see. We'll see if this string spacing works. There's some people on a Facebook group, Glarry guitar fans, that are asking about how this would work. So we're going to give this a shot. I'm going to try putting these. If it works, those will be so much better, and it will just about alleviate any problem that I have with this guitar. I love this little guitar. The other thing I might do at some point is replace these metal string trees with the graphite string trees, and that's a cheap thing to do, but that might be one other thing I do. Even this nut, which I was a suspect of, is much better than I thought, especially once I sprayed some lubricant into it. So there we go. Let's try putting these on. So what do I think about it after getting them on there? Well, I can tell you right now, they look a little wonky. They look a little sideways, because it does seem like maybe the whole ashtray is maybe installed about 1 millimeter too much this way. So everything is kind of pulled back this direction, but at the same time, it was kind of wonky the other way too. And I have to say, so now I've got no more buzzing problem, and the action seems to be better. So I don't think there's too little string space here between the fret edges on the ends out here. I've been here playing it for a good little bit. It seems to sound brighter, honestly, or I don't mean brighter. It seems to sound better acoustically since I put these on here. It's really a nice solid piece of brass. Although the only contacts being made, of course, are where the screws are going into the body down here, not into the body, but into the plate. So I don't know how that translates. It does seem to sound a little better. I've not hooked it up to an amp yet, so I'm going to do that. I'll do some demos with it. I will say that acoustically, it sounds really good. And boy, those things are nice. It was nice and easy to adjust the intonation with it, and it works just right. The intonation seems to be the one problem I had. I was worried. This E string had to really go back far, so it's almost, you see the spring in there? The spring is almost to the max of where I could take the spring off if I'd had to. But when I got it, it was fully compressed, the spring is fully compressed, then the E string was intonated properly. So everything else seems to be really good. The screws, I was afraid the screws might be a little too short. You see, there's not a whole lot. They're sunk in there pretty darn good. But no, the screws are fine. And I think the screws over here would have worked if I'd had to use them. I think they might be a little longer than the ones that are in there, but maybe the same. The deal is this though, that's pretty good. That's pretty good string height. I might have that E just a little higher than I ought to. Everything else though is actually, I think, just a tad bit lower than it was before. So the string height's good, intonation is good. Sounds great acoustically. I'm gonna hook it up to an amp. I might not include it in this video. I might include it in the demo later, but I'm gonna give it a go tonight and see how this sounds. Looks like these are working really good though, and they are really nice looking saddles. I don't know, maybe we'll throw a sound sample on here. Okay, so I'm gonna record this a little bit using a tube amp clean sound. Got a little bit of buzz going on here though, but this is with the Vox VT20X. I'll try to set this iPhone back where it can see me play. Hopefully we're getting a decent view here. The front pickup. Sounds very bright, pretty cool. No sign of buzz. Wonder if that pickup could be risen up just a little bit back here on this side. Wonder if that would help. Make it a little bit. I'll pull it even a little higher. That helps, man. Turn the amp off for a second. I told you that it sounds pretty good acoustically. I know I'm a little ways back, but here. Might be a lot of tune. Very cool. I think those are going to work. Sounding pretty nice on the old Glarry Thinline. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.